are inside the saloon, if you are not seated, you do have to be wearing a face mask. If you are in your seat, you may remove it, but if you do come out of your seat indoors for any reason, please put your face mask back on. So we'll get the tour underway and the standard safety announcement will follow. Around the decks are a number of lifebuoys. Some have lights or lines. Should anyone fall overboard, throw one in their direction and call "man overboard" as loud as possible. We have a life jacket for everyone on board. They are stowed around the ship in the white chests and under some seats in the saloon. All locations have the life jacket symbol and donning instructions. In the main saloon, please make yourself familiar with the exits. 2 forward, 1 on either side of the vessel, and 2 to the aft deck. On the upper deck we have 4 open inflatable life rafts. In an emergency, the crew would launch these or they can float free. These pieces of safety equipment are here to assist you in case of emergency. Please do not interfere with them and do not attempt to use them until instructed. An emergency would be signalled by 7 short and 1 long blast on the ship's whistle. Please do not stand on the railings or the seats, and for the comfort of your fellow passengers, avoid running about and keep opening and shutting the doors to a minimum. Do take care of the environment and place all garbage in the bins provided. Normal lessons will also apply, but remember there are special dangers on board the ship, so please use alcohol in moderation.
April 1746, while Prince Charlie managed to flee the battle and escape the government troops. He took to the landscape around him, in particular hiding in a cave at Corrido, being cared for by the 7 men of Glenmoriston, which lies further down Loch Ness. The men were among his few remaining followers, and the Prince called them his Privy Council. They spent many nights in the cave, sleeping on a bed of heather. A description of the prince from the time says he was barefooted, had an old black kilt coat on, a plaid, philibeg and waistcoat, a dirty shirt and a long red beard, a gun in his hand, a pistol and a dirk by his side. Eventually, the prince continued his journey west, meeting up with a lady called Flora MacDonald, who disguised the prince as one of her maids and took him in a boat across to the Isle of Skye, from where he started the journey back to Italy, where he died many years later, by which time he was not quite so bonny and very unhappy.
Unfortunately, the fact that the prince remained uncaptured proved a problem for one particular man who bore a striking resemblance to him. In July 1746, he was out in a glen, wearing his Highland dress, when a party of soldiers came across him and were convinced he was the prince. They immediately shot at him, and he fell down shouting, "You have killed your prince!"